I always joke that once you're on the front page of the local paper as the abortion kid, there's really no going back.
I'm one of the youngest candidates, not only in Montana history, but in the history of our country.
I had 3 students come in masks and they poured alcohol on me.
You have rogue abortion facilities who are putting women in danger, and you need to hold them accountable.
I got my real start in the pro-life movement as a student on campus. So I was coming to campus from a strong, conservative background, but where none of the other students on campus shared my worldview. For me, it was initially intimidating, but as I soon realized, it was an incredible opportunity to make an impact. So I started a Students for Life group on my campus. We called it Voice for Life. And that group was immediately and soundly rejected by the student council on the grounds that it constituted harassment or discrimination to have a pro-life view advocated on campus. And they particularly took issue with our engagement in sidewalk counseling outside abortion clinics. We fought back. We worked with Students for Life, with Kristen Hawkins, with other pro-life leaders to push back, and ultimately got the student government to overturn its decision that did not allow us to have a group on campus. And since then, after overcoming that obstacle, overcoming that resistance, which got a lot of national attention at Johns Hopkins University, we did find a way to make an impact on a daily basis on campus to get outreach to students who were abortion-minded or otherwise had never heard the cause for life. And for me, that was a real turning point for my life, to be able to see that impact on our college campus. For me, it made it that I couldn't do anything else other than fight this cause for my life's work. When I wake up every day, all I think about is how can we shape federal policy to protect the unborn. And that's because of my unique role as executive director of the Senate Pro-Life Caucus. And I find, for me, the pro-life movement is going to be at every state and every state capital when Roe falls to enact the strongest protections we can. But ultimately, the pro-life movement can never settle for the Stephen Douglas position on abortion, which is that every state does what it wants. Ultimately, we have to also have a two-pronged strategy to how can we as a country also ensure that whether a child's born in California or Texas, that child's protected. So we are thinking every day, I'm thinking every day of ways we can think outside the box. How can we, through regulations, through administrative actions, through laws, ultimately enact stronger protections to save lives. So for me, that's a calling that I'm very blessed to have the ability to work on. And for me, it's also a weight on my shoulders of how can we, who have been privileged to work in this space, how can we find ways to make the greatest impact we can with the incredible time that we have before us to actually enact protections. I'm more encouraged and confident now than I ever have been. When I was in college, Obama was president. It was looking pretty down on the pro-life movement. We were always been told, we'll never overturn Roe, we'll never actually pass anything meaningful. The best you can do is just keep voting and hope for a better outcome. Well, divine providence, the turn of fate, whatever you want to call it, we now have an opportunity now that we've never had before, which is to shoot with real bullets, we hope, when Roe falls, to actually enact protections that would allow for every child to be welcomed in this country. And I hope that we take this opportunity and use it for everything we've got. And that's going to take real courage, and it's going to take commitment on the part of all of us to really push the envelope of really moving towards the country we've said we wanted. Well, now we got to do it. And that's going to mean hard work. That's going to mean work in the trenches. And I think Students for Life is one of the best organizations out there that already has that grassroots activated, that's ready to go to kick into gear when Roe falls to really push that envelope across the country. And I couldn't be more excited.